better future is built by the brave, envisioned by brilliant minds, born from the passions of thousands strong. One that isn't without risk, but protected from it. Safe from all the worries and secure for what's to come. Because a better future with the greatest empires, the strongest communities, and the happiest families will always be worth having. That's why the bold and the fearless understand that recreating something better takes courage and strength. So together, let's start shaping a better future today.
What if your everyday is easier? What if your tasks are faster? What if you never have to chase due dates ever? What if your life is safer? What if your dreams are higher? What if kaya mo na? GCash gives you secure payments, real-time money transfers, accessible financial services, exclusive deals, and a full suite of business solutions para kaya mo na sumabay sa takbo ng buhay. Kaya mo na to stay connected. Kaya mo na magbayad anytime, anywhere. Kaya mo na mag-buy and sell. Kaya mo na to get exclusive deals. Kaya mo na magpera padala. Kaya mo na gawing safe ang future. Kaya mo na abutin ang pangarap. Kaya mo na makatulong, magbigay ng pag-asa. Kaya mo, GCash mo.
A better future is built by the brave, envisioned by brilliant minds, born from the passions of thousands strong. One that isn't without risk, but protected from it. Safe from all the worries and secure for what's to come. Because a better future with the greatest empires, the strongest communities, and the happiest families will always be worth having. That's why the bold and the fearless understand that recreating something better takes courage and strength. So together, let's start shaping a better future today.
What if your everyday is easier? What if your tasks are faster? What if you never have to chase due dates ever? What if your life is safer? What if your dreams are higher? What if kaya mo na? GCash gives you secure payments, real-time money transfers, accessible financial services, exclusive deals, and a full suite of business solutions para kaya mo na sumabay sa takbo ng buhay. Kaya mo na to stay connected. Kaya mo na magbayad anytime, anywhere. Kaya mo na mag-buy and sell. Kaya mo na to get exclusive deals. Kaya mo na magpera padala. Kaya mo na gawing safe ang future. Kaya mo na abutin ang pangarap. Kaya mo na makatulong, magbigay ng pag-asa. Kaya mo, GCash mo.
R.I.S.E is an exclusive event of Globe Business that aims to support enterprises across all regions to gain new perspectives, provide strategies, and share latest insights for various industries. Any information shared during the live stream will be viewable to all the participants in the webinar. Please refrain from sharing personal information such as name, location, contact details, and other sensitive information in our chat box. Globe Business, their affiliates, partners, representatives, and all staff and employees involved in this event shall not be liable for any unauthorized distribution or malicious use of such information. The views and opinions expressed by the host and guests do not necessarily reflect the position of Globe Business and its management, Globe Telecom. Thank you. We will begin shortly. Good day, enterprise partners, and welcome to Globe Business R.I.S E, Regional Insights and Strategies for Enterprises. Customer-centric technology, enabling financial inclusivity. Before we start the program, here are some reminders. Please make sure that you have a stable internet connection for the best viewing experience. But in case you lose your connection, please re-enter the webinar room so you won't miss any important talks from all our distinguished speakers. Use earphones or headsets for better audio quality. Please use the Zoom Q&A button to send in your questions during the panel discussions. We are looking forward to your active participation. Thank you.
A better future is built by the brave, envisioned by brilliant minds, born from the passions of thousands strong. One that isn't without risk, but protected from it. Safe from all the worries and secure for what's to come. Because a better future with the greatest empires, the strongest communities, and the happiest families will always be worth having. That's why the bold and the fearless understand that recreating something better takes courage and strength. So together, let's start shaping a better future today.
What if your everyday is easier? What if your tasks are faster? What if you never have to chase due dates ever? What if your life is safer? What if your dreams are higher? What if kaya mo na? GCash gives you secure payments, real-time money transfers, accessible financial services, exclusive deals, and a full suite of business solutions para kaya mo na sumabay sa takbo ng buhay. Kaya mo na to stay connected. Kaya mo na magbayad anytime, anywhere. Kaya mo na mag-buy and sell. Kaya mo na to get exclusive deals. Kaya mo na magpera padala. Kaya mo na gawing safe ang future. Kaya mo na abutin ang pangarap. Kaya mo na makatulong, magbigay ng pag-asa. Kaya mo, GCash mo.
Globe's R.I.S E is an exclusive event of Globe Business that aims to support enterprises across all regions to gain new perspectives, provide strategies, and share latest insights for various industries. Any information shared during the live stream will be viewable to all the participants in the webinar. Please refrain from sharing personal information such as name, location, contact details, and other sensitive information in our chat box. Globe Business, their affiliates, partners, representatives, and all staff and employees involved in this event shall not be liable for any unauthorized distribution or malicious use of such information. The views and opinions expressed by the host and guests do not necessarily reflect the position of Globe Business and its management, Globe Telecom. Thank you. We will begin shortly. Enterprise partners, and welcome to Globe Business R.I.S E, Regional Insights and Strategies for Enterprises. Customer-centric technology, enabling financial inclusivity. Before we start the program, here are some reminders. Please make sure that you have a stable internet connection for the best viewing experience. But in case you lose your connection, please re-enter the webinar room so you won't miss any important talks from all our distinguished speakers. Use earphones or headsets for better audio quality. Please use the Zoom Q&A button to send in your questions during the panel discussions. We are looking forward to your active participation. Thank you.
A better future is built by the brave, envisioned by brilliant minds, born from the passions of thousands strong. One that isn't without risk, but protected from it. Safe from all the worries and secure for what's to come. Because a better future with the greatest empires, the strongest communities, and the happiest families will always be worth having. That's why the bold and the fearless understand that recreating something better takes courage and strength. So together, let's start shaping a better future today.
What if your everyday is easier? What if your tasks are faster? What if you never have to chase due dates ever? What if your life is safer? What if your dreams are higher? What if kaya mo na? GCash gives you secure payments, real-time money transfers, accessible financial services, exclusive deals, and a full suite of business solutions para kaya mo na sumabay sa takbo ng buhay. Kaya mo na to stay connected. Kaya mo na magbayad anytime, anywhere. Kaya mo na mag-buy and sell. Kaya mo na to get exclusive deals. Kaya mo na magpera padala. Kaya mo na gawing safe ang future. Kaya mo na abutin ang pangarap. Kaya mo na makatulong, magbigay ng pag-asa. Kaya mo, GCash mo.
A better future is built by the brave, envisioned by brilliant minds, born from the passions of thousands strong. One that isn't without risk, but protected from it. Safe from all the worries and secure for what's to come. Because a better future with the greatest empires, the strongest communities, and the happiest families will always be worth having. That's why the bold and the fearless understand that recreating something better takes courage and strength. So together, let's start shaping a better future today.
What if your everyday is easier? What if your tasks are faster? What if you never have to chase due dates ever? What if your life is safer? What if your dreams are higher? What if kaya mo na? GCash gives you secure payments, real-time money transfers, accessible financial services, exclusive deals, and a full suite of business solutions para kaya mo na sumabay sa takbo ng buhay. Kaya mo na to stay connected. Kaya mo na magbayad anytime, anywhere. Kaya mo na mag-buy and sell. Kaya mo na to get exclusive deals. Kaya mo na magpera padala. Kaya mo na gawing safe ang future. Kaya mo na abutin ang pangarap. Kaya mo na makatulong, magbigay ng pag-asa. Kaya mo, GCash mo.
Transform and evolve your business in today's now normal. This is Glow Business Rise. They say the only constant thing in this world is change. And right now, it's all the world ever sees. We live in a time where countries, economies, and industries are rapidly changing, shifting, and developing. And as this happens, consumer demands change too, expecting seamless customer experience and unparalleled flexibility in managing their finances that promise access anytime, anywhere. These have prompted the financial services industry to rethink the way they do business and focus on digitalization to establish operational efficiency, enhance cybersecurity, utilize intelligent systems and processes, and create personalized financial solutions for the customers. We understand this reality, and we want to be with you on your journey, which is why we provide you with the tools to successfully navigate the evolving landscape of financial services. With optimized operations, secure and fast connection, better customer experience, and applications to diversify and improve customer touchpoints. Elements that are essential to ensure your business continuity. We bring you global competitiveness by enabling your business with the right technology. Let us innovate together and emerge from this better and stronger. Committed to pave your way to customer-centric technology, enabling financial inclusivity, this is how we can help you. R.I.S.E. Regional Insights and Strategies for Enterprises. Introducing your host for today's affair, please welcome Ria Tanwatco Trillo.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Glow Business's Rise, Regional Insights and Strategies for Enterprises. My name is Ria Tanwatco Trillo, and I am very happy to be your host for today's event. It is an early Thursday morning, and we do appreciate that you're able to join us for today's learning session. So before anything, we'd like to know more about our audience. So I'd like to ask, what is your purpose in joining us here today? I'm sure that one of the reasons why you're here is because you're all interested to hear from our distinguished speakers. But apart from that, we'd like to know what are possible other reasons for your participation in today's event. So are you here because you want to A, learn the latest trends and insights in the financial services sector, or maybe it's B, you want to pick up all the important information from the talks, or maybe it's C, make new connections. So please let us know a little bit about yourself by answering this poll. I believe the poll is now open, and we do want to hear from you. It's very interesting when you do virtual events like this. I can't see your faces. I can't, really guess how you're feeling, but this is definitely a big help. So if we have the poll results in just a little bit, we will announce those, right? It's great to have you. And thank you in advance for answering the poll. I'm starting to feel your excitement. And of course, with our lineup of speakers, who wouldn't be? So whatever reasons you have for joining us, we do hope that we can help you achieve these by the end of the program. So I think we have here the results, okay? So for answer choice A, you want to learn the trends and insights in the financial services sector. That is 67% of you. And the other 33%, you want to pick up all the important information from the talks. Okay, that is great. That is definitely good to know. Thank you for answering the poll. It is our pleasure to have you here with us this morning. Okay, now that we know why you're here, let's figure out the reason behind this event. How did Glow Businesses rise? Well, for the past year, as you know, all industries have undergone major changes to their organizations, and the financial service sector is no exception. With consumers preferring contactless payments for buying essentials over cash, and shopping and banking online via apps and websites becoming a necessity, the industry needed to learn new ways to shift their business operations to keep up with the demand of the times. Globe Business understands this reality. And being at the forefront of business innovation and transformation, Globe Business aspires to be part of your journey towards digitization so you can reach your full potential with access to insights and strategies for your enterprise. And this is how Globe Business R.I.S.E came to be. So today's session is all about customer-centric technology, enabling financial inclusivity. So get ready for a day of learning as we have invited distinguished guest speakers to share their insights, perspectives, and trends in the industry. So it definitely sounds like we have a very busy morning ahead. So let's get things started. Welcoming you for today's event, he is the Senior Vice President for the Enterprise Group at Globe Telecom Inc., providing ICT services to the top corporations doing business in the Philippines. He concurrently holds executive and director positions across the Globe Group with a particular focus on growth technology businesses, and is currently the CEO of Globe Telecom International Business Holdings. He's also the CEO of Cascadio, chairman of Third Pillar, and director of Yondu. Prior to joining Globe, he was deputy CEO and director of Livet Investments Limited, Ayala Corporation's holding company for its investments in business process outsourcing. He served as a director on the boards of Stream, Integrion, and IQ Back Office, and he continues to serve as a director of Affinity X. Before Livet, he was also CEO of SPI Technologies. So let's all give some virtual applause to Globe Business Senior Vice President of the Enterprise Group, Mr. Peter Maquera.
Thank you, Ria, and hello, everyone. Thank you for coming and welcome to the fourth leg of the R.I.S.E event. We may have been enormously tested by the pandemic in the past 20 months, but on the bright side, we've also witnessed the strong resolve of businesses. While others lagged behind due to the inability to keep up with digital, many were still quick to adapt to the drastic workforce, operational, and market shifts. This was experienced not just by many other industries, but by the financial sector as well. If previously financial sector employees depended on physical face-to-face interactions with customers, now many are able to work remotely without compromising productivity and security while still caring for customers. If daily operations relied heavily on manual and in-office systems, financial companies now realize that this legacy approach will have to be digital and on the cloud. If before transactions happened in branch, now platforms have to be omni-channel, with online being the preferred interaction. With the pandemic, we also saw major disruptive trends that changed the game for the financial industry. Although we were predominantly a cash economy before, fintech players showed that there's a huge demand for a cashless economy. As a result, they gained massive market share by bringing financial services conveniently to the unbanked and the mass market, just with a few clicks on a mobile phone. Digital banks were also born to cater to the rising market need for accessibility of non-branch 24/7 banking services, and to offer more affordable financial products and customized solutions. The 5,000% surge of digital payments has been a catalyst in accelerating financial inclusion for many of our countrymen. These tectonic shifts in the finance sector are far from over. Prior to the pandemic, the 2019 Financial Inclusion Survey of Bangko Sentral reported that the number of unbanked Filipino adults was estimated at 51.2 million, out of a total adult population of 72 million. That's 71% of us that's unbanked. With Bangko Sentral's recent digital payments transformation roadmap, the financial sector has a bigger task ahead to carve more paths towards financial inclusion and get at least 70% of Filipino adults onboarded. As the industry continues to recover and reinvent itself, one mindset shouldn't change, and that is where the customers go, we must follow. Customers continue to be our guiding star so that we won't get lost in our digital transformation journey. This is why I'm glad that our discussions today will be around customer centricity. Digital acceleration and feature proofing will remain a priority in our road to the new economy, and the customers will be at the heart of it. We all want to enable that frictionless customer experience by improving customer platforms, core operations, and internal and external touchpoints across traditional and online channels to make the financial system more inviting and exciting for Filipinos. So today we've invited well-esteemed industry leaders for a deeper discussion about customer centricity as we uphold financial inclusion in the new economy. Ana Bautista from Mint will be speaking about the ecosystem play as a digital differentiator for finance. Melchor Plabasan of Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas will talk about enabling e-finance through regulations. And my friend, Larry Ocampo of City Savings Bank will discuss future-proofing customer service. They will also be available during the panel discussion, so please don't shy away from asking the tough questions. Let's maximize this platform to learn how we can collaborate to help the industry rise above challenges. Together, let's transform finance. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the session.
Thank you very much, Peter. Always an insightful and inspiring opening. Truly, Globe is the perfect partner of the financial services industry to achieve a complete ecosystem that is sustainable, efficient, and attuned to help you ensure business continuity and security in today's digital era. As Peter said, where the customers go, we must follow. And I think that's something we will continue to hear throughout the mornings. And I know you're all excited to meet our speakers for today's webinar, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Enterprise partners, it is now time for you to rise. First on our list, she has been with Mint for over 3 years and is currently handling partners from conglomerates, retail, and financial institutions. She also had experience in dealing with partners in the transportation and logistics space, food industry, and real estate. With the accelerated shift to digitization brought about by events of the past year, she worked with her team to ensure partners are equipped to face the current challenges of the present, the new normal, and beyond. Here to talk to you about the digital differentiator for finance, please welcome the industry head for conglomerates, retail, financial institutions for Mint, Ms. Ana Maria Bautista.
Good morning and thank you very much, Ria. I'd like to thank Globe Business for inviting GCash to be part of the agenda today, as well as a very big thank you to everyone here who has taken the time to listen to us. I'd like to share with you GCash's journey over the past year. The pandemic has affected all of us, and it has made an impact on Filipino livelihood and the economy. We have seen a 9.5% GDP decline in 2020, which is the worst fall rate since World War II. We've also seen that unemployment rate is at 8.1% in August, so that left around 3.9 million Filipinos jobless. We also have 26% of MSMEs that have fully closed, and a total of 78% of businesses that are either fully or partially closed. We are looking at around 4.5 million businesses that have been affected. Due to quarantine restrictions, we have seen a shift to online behavior in almost all aspects of our daily lives. Here are some of the key trends brought about by the quarantine. The first being non-contact revolution that has made e-commerce an essential part of life. As the quarantine progressed, people needed a contactless way to pay for their essentials, such as groceries and utility bills. GCash provided a safe as well as a very easy and secure mode of payment. The second would be virtual communities that gave rise to online selling communities. As the quarantine resulted in massive unemployment, Filipinos turned to online means such as Viber, Facebook, Instagram, and other selling groups to find a way to make a living. GCash has also provided these new businesses with a safe and contactless way to accept payments for their goods. And lastly, we saw an increased consciousness on financial management to help navigate through financial volatilities. Studies show that young people are highly concerned about the pandemic's impact on their financial security, specifically how they can preserve and even grow their hard-earned money. GCash is at the forefront of providing relevant and accessible financial services like savings, credit, investments, and insurance. Today, we are helping to keep the economy moving forward through our relevant products that complement each key trend that we have mentioned. All this we have achieved because we sought to be more relevant in the lives of Filipinos, especially during this pandemic. This has been evident in these following moments. The first, GCash has become a tool for digital pangkabuhayan. With the livelihood of many Filipinos affected by the pandemic, we have provided digital services that help them to thrive. As of the moment, we already have around 3 million merchants and social sellers on GCash. We gave them an easy way to accept payments via QR or P2P. Some users even became the cash-in and cash-out outlets in their own little communities. Others also became the informal remittance centers for their own neighbors, no? And lastly, some users became bayad centers, paying bills and selling load for their neighbors who can't travel too far. The second is, we became the government's financial aid tool. In 2020, we were awarded with the most funds for financial and relief aid, disbursing over 16 billion to 2 million plus Filipinos. More than that, what would have taken the government around 952 days to distribute to the people, with our disbursement platform, we did it within a few days. For the last ECQ, we were able to work with the Makati LGU in disbursing 52% of their 511 million cash aid to over 230,000 beneficiaries in just one day. We are also working with other LGUs like Muntinlupa as well. The third is we have enabled digital bayanihan. We were hailed as the easiest way to donate during the pandemic. We were even used by celebrities like Vice Ganda or Angel Locsin and various NGOs. We were able to collect over 40 million worth of cash aid to help all those affected by the pandemic and super typhoons like Ulysses. And lastly, GCash has become a part of your micro moments. At a time when we are still all socially distanced, GCash helps our users to reach out to loved ones through our Send with a Clip product. We again became viral when users sent money to each other with cute themes based on the holidays. And more than just the holidays, we have been used to send assistance to friends or family who needed the extra help during this pandemic. As GCash continues to embed itself in the everyday lives of our users, we have cemented our status as the leading mobile wallet. We are recognized as the #1 finance app in the country based on the third-party platform App Annie, with active users of 3.8 times that of other e-wallets and 4.4 times that of other banking apps. We have even surpassed global social media and entertainment apps like Instagram, Netflix, and Viber, among others. We've also seen tremendous growth based on the following stats. We now have around 48 million registered users as of August 2021. And what's interesting is around 60% of Filipinos over the age of 15 now have a GCash account. Beyond consumers, our merchant and social seller base has grown to over 3 million accounts as they continue to accept payment via QR codes and P2P. Our app is now being used not just one time a day, no? It's being used more than 2 times a day by our active users. So this basically shows how GCash has become embedded in our daily, the lives of our users, no? We've also seen our daily logins go as high as 19 million and daily active transactions peaking at 12 million. This year, we are on track to end 2021 with 3 trillion in full year gross transaction value, which is 3 times that of last year's. All this would not have been possible without our very valued partners who have been crucial in the development of GCash through the years. It is through our partners that we have been able to further influence and educate millions of Filipinos. At the same time, it has also been our goal to provide operational efficiency and value-added service to our partner companies and enterprises, both big and small. We have done so through our business solutions, which I'll be discussing in a while, specifically disbursements, payments and collections, cash in, cash out, and partner aggregators. The past year, we saw that there was an increasing need for companies to disburse funds digitally, primarily because cash and checks now became more dangerous and pose a safety and security issue. Through our funds disbursement service, we are able to offer our partners a way to disburse funds through a web-based platform that only requires an internet connection and a laptop. On the other hand, employees, agents, workers, they can all just open their own GCash accounts through their mobile phones without having to sign on physical papers or even line up in a bank. Imagine everything now can be done digitally at the comforts of your home or the office. Our digital payment solutions, on the other hand, such as our in-app bills pay, gave our partners a channel where they could course their collections digitally. This became very convenient since many would rather not go outside just to pay for bills, such as their rent, electricity, utilities, insurance, and the like. Today, we have over 700 partner billers within the GCash app, and this number continues to grow as more companies see the shift in their customers' behavior. For other stores and establishments that continue to remain open, we offer digital QR codes as a safer way to accept payments. This just requires the customer to open his GCash app, scan the QR code of the store, and make the payment. So it's simple, no? There's no need to search for the bills and coins in the wallet and wait for change. All of that is eliminated as exact amounts can already be paid via GCash. So we have already talked about disbursements and collections, but an equally important solution that we offer is what we call cash in, or particularly how our customers are able to put money into GCash. We need to give our customers as many options to fund their wallets so that they can transact on the app. In the same manner that it is also equally important to provide them with channels that they can withdraw the funds when needed, or what we call cash out. We have partnered with over 33,000 outlets to become our GCash partner outlets, catering to these cash in and cash out services. This becomes a benefit, of course, to them as they earn commissions for successful transactions, and they ride with GCash's growth wave and are able to increase their brand visibility. Lastly, we have our aggregator setup that allows our partners to resell our QR solutions to their own clients. We have seen this as a growing request, especially since our partners also have their very own big bases of clients who are also looking for cashless solutions. Once we onboard our partners as aggregators, they can add GCash to complement their existing solutions. This becomes a fruitful partnership since we implement our revenue sharing models for our partners. This setup is also critical for us in promoting cashless transactions in the rural and provincial areas as well. Beyond GCash's growth and partnerships, I want to share with you how GCash has truly become a vital part of the Filipino community. Recently, a GCash user shared her experience of buying fish from a fisherman in Batangas. She realized that she didn't have any cash with her, no? She didn't bring any cash. And then she started apologizing that she wouldn't be able to buy any after all because she didn't have the cash. But the guy told her not to worry because he accepted GCash. So this is just one of many, and she's not alone, as many similar stories have gone viral on social media. So can you imagine the possibilities if every Filipino had GCash? We want to continue to empower our enterprising Pinoys, working with more riders, sari-sari stores, tricycle drivers, and even wet markets. At GCash, we are changing the mindset that financial services are only for the wealthy by making our digital products more accessible, affordable, and easy to understand for everyone. So I urge you to please join us as we drive our nation to financial inclusion for all. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Ms. Bautista, for sharing your insights on how the ecosystem can play as a digital differentiator for finance. I mean, I've been using GCash since the start of the pandemic, and honestly, I can't imagine life without it now. So digital technology applied to banking and financial transactions, or e-finance in general, has made financial services more widely available and affordable to consumers. But how does this affect the legal landscape of financial transactions? Well, that is what we're going to learn in our next topic, enabling e-finance through regulations. Regarded as one of the stewards of pioneering and responsive regulatory approach on technology and innovation, our next speaker has decades of supervisory experience in the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. He has not only witnessed the dramatic advancement of technology in the Philippine financial sector, but more importantly, he played a key role in reshaping the regulatory mindset towards a more progressive approach on technology risk and innovation supervision. He has taken a highly critical and challenging role in the BSP as head of the department primarily responsible for the supervision of technology and cybersecurity risk, including emerging technologies. He continues to spearhead various cybersecurity reforms aimed at enhancing the BSP's cybersecurity oversight and supervision, as well as promoting a secure and cyber-resilient financial ecosystem through close coordination and partnerships with industry associations, regulatory counterparts, and other relevant stakeholders. As newer technologies continue to revolutionize today's society, he is yet again at the forefront of regulatory advancements in digital banking supervision and in the key areas of open finance, cloud services, and RegTech SupTech. So everyone, please welcome the director of the Technology Risk and Innovation Supervision Department of Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Mr. Melchor T. Labasan.
Thank you, Ria, and good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Globe for this opportunity and for inviting the BSP to be part of this webinar, of course, as part of your regional insights and strategies for enterprises, or R.I.S.E. And we are happy to share our insights on how the BSP is enabling greater access to digital financial products and services through regulations. Now, I would like to start with the state of financial inclusion in the Philippines. As you know, the BSP has been laying the groundwork for this digital finance ecosystem. And of course, our current situation has magnified the need to further democratize access to digital financial products and services to address exclusion. Again, we believe that through the use of financial technology, particularly responsible use of financial technology, transformational digital financial products and services are now available for our even unbanked and underbanked segments of our population. I would like to provide some statistics here, although this may have changed already if we are to factor in the developments that took place during the second half of 2020 and the first half of 2021. Anyway, during the first half of 2020, 17% of the total volume of payments in the country were made digitally. So during the height of the pandemic, in 2020, there was also a dramatic 87% increase in the use of electronic payment systems in the country. And of course, we have also seen greater digitalization on the part of the government because of the 87% or 319 billion equivalent of payments by the government or G2X already in digital form. Also, we have seen greater volume of digital payments, digital merchant payments, which grew significantly by 66% when from the year 2018. Now, given all of these developments and the greater adoption of digital financial products and services during this pandemic, we would like to maintain this momentum. That's why we have recently crafted our digital payments transformation roadmap. So shown here are some of the policy initiatives to further enable our digital payments transformation roadmap. What is the main objective of our digital payment transformation roadmap? Our digital payment transformation roadmap, of course, aims to convert 50% of the volume of retail transactions into digital form and to ensure that 70% of Filipinos have access to transaction account, which of course they can use in their financial transactions. As you can see from the previous slide, one of the key enablers of our digital transformation roadmap is, of course, the digital banking framework, which was recently issued. Of course, this framework introduced a new category which is separate and distinct from existing bank classifications. And when we say digital bank, this is an institution which offers the financial products and services which are processed end-to-end using digital platforms. And as part of our mission to ensure that we are able to maintain stability and promote healthy competition within the banking system, we have so far issued 6 digital banking licenses. Of course, we limit the number of licenses only to 6, but this is of course subject to assessment and reassessment. And so far, based on what you may have heard already, we have issued digital banking licenses to Maya Bank, to GoTime, to Union Digital Bank, Uno Bank, Tonic Bank, and OF Bank. Now, another enabler of our digital payment transformation roadmap is, of course, our recently issued Open Finance framework. This particular framework promotes industry competition by empowering consumers to securely share their financial data with third-party financial service providers, of course, which will facilitate development of more personalized products and services. Now, other policy initiatives, actually these 3 initiatives are forthcoming. So we are also exploring the potential adoption of a marketplace banking, so that this particular marketplace banking will enable financial institutions to offer digitally driven one-stop shop platforms that focus on financial services comparison. We are also in the process of finalizing our regulatory sandbox. Of course, this is our balanced approach to innovation, wherein pioneering technologies are allowed to be tested in a live yet controlled and structured environment. And of course, with all of this digitalization, we can expect some cyber-related incidents or threats, which of course, that's why we will be issuing the fraud management system, the R.I.S.E fraud management circular. Our expectation here is that supervised financial institutions, the capability of this supervised financial institution to manage frauds and cyber-related threats would be strengthened using robust fraud management system. I mentioned about the shift towards digitalization comes with, of course, increased risk to financial stability, money laundering, consumer protection, and of course, cyber-related risks. The proliferation of fraudsters and scammers, which of course which may somehow erode trust in our digital financial ecosystem. That's why this is one of our priority agenda items in our financial supervision program. We have always been strengthening our capability to, particularly our cyber security oversight and surveillance capability, to ensure that our financial institutions are able to manage risk associated with the growing adoption of digital payments and financial products and services. And of course, I would like to highlight that part of this program, of course, is the digital literacy program. And for the BSP, our DLP or digital literacy program consists of campaigns to make sure that financial consumers know that digital financial services exist and they have basic understanding of how to use them. So they are also aware of the potential pitfalls of using digital financial services, such as, of course, phishing, spoofing, hacking, personal data theft, and of course, having a knowledge of all of these cyber-related risks. They are able to protect themselves by adopting basic cyber hygiene practices. And if they become victim of all of these cyber-related threats or attacks or scams, they know their basic rights and they can empower themselves. Also, part of our policy initiatives, of course, is our integrated sustainable digital finance initiative. It complements the BSP's ongoing efforts in promoting sustainability in the financial sector. Of course, the framework underscores the risk posed by climate change and the broader environmental, social, and governance risks to individual banks and to our financial system as a whole. So, just imagine if, let's say, if sustainable finance can be merged with technological innovation, or what we call sustainable digital finance, it will greatly contribute to our goal of low carbon transition and sustainable development. And finally, to end my presentation, by forging partnerships with key stakeholders, we have created different financial rails necessary to build and maintain a more inclusive and empowering financial system for all. Of course, from facilitating access to transaction accounts to providing expansive financial services networks and efficient retail payment systems, we remain steadfast in our mission of providing our countrymen with a safe, efficient, and inclusive digital finance ecosystem. And we create, of course, a fertile ground to promote sustainable growth of the economy. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Mr. Plabasan, for sharing your expertise with our enterprise partners on how to enable e-finance through the Philippines' financial regulations. Well, our last speaker for this morning's affair is the President and CEO of City Savings Bank, a wholly owned thrift bank of Union Bank of the Philippines and a part of the Aboitiz Group. He is also the chairman of the board of Bangko Kabayan, a development bank affiliate. Under his term, City Savings diversified its product portfolio to include include motorcycle, pension, and salary loans, innovated its digital platforms, and maintained its dominant market leadership in teacher lending. Prior to his roles in City Savings Bank and Bangko Kabayan, he was the co-founder and CEO of Pera Hub, one of the largest Western Union remittance agents and foreign exchange dealers in the country. He's also a member of the Board of Trustees of the Chamber of Thrift Banks, a past chair and member of Young Presidents Organization, Philippines chapter, and he has served as a member of the Globe CEO Council and the Western Union Global Agent Advisory Council. Here to discuss our pandemic pivot, future-proofing customer service and the financial service sector, please welcome City Savings Bank President and CEO, Mr. Larry Ocampo.
Good morning to all the attendees. I am here today to share with everyone how City Savings Bank was able to rise above the pandemic by providing superior customer service and bringing the customer experience to the next level. I'll talk about how we adapted to the agile ways of working and our digital transformation journey from a bank that started its roots in Cebu to where we are today. 56 years ago, City Savings Bank was founded by Don Ramon Aboitiz and Teotimo Abellana in Cebu with a simple vision to help people of moderate means. In the 60s, we offered loans to small salaried employees who could not afford the requirements imposed by commercial banks and had no choice but to go to usurious moneylenders. Today, we are known as a bank that is warm and helpful towards customers. The culture of malasakit is deeply rooted in our DNA, as evidenced by stories on how we elevate people's lives and fulfill financial inclusion through the products and services we offer. Service has always been one of the focal points of our brand. Then and now, City Savings has always delivered its value proposition and has upheld its position among the highly capitalized and consistently most profitable thrift banks in the country. Our life has and always will be about the teacher. And this was still the main concern of many employees for our clients during the pandemic. Since 2008, we have consistently implemented timely and relevant corporate social responsibility programs. In line with the Department of Education's vision to provide access to quality education for our learners nationwide, the bank has actively been involved in the implementation of Brigada Escuela and the provision of various learning and teaching materials to schools, divisions, and regional offices across the country. Last year, when the COVID-19 pandemic threw a curveball at all of us, City Savings pivoted most of its CSR initiatives to make these programs accessible online, and we continue to enhance other capability building initiatives to support educators in this new normal. The bank focused on webinars, starting with our core financial literacy and wealth management program, our mental health and wellness program, breast cancer awareness program, capability training programs to provide tools and upgrade educators' online teaching skills, the propagation of values and character education webinar series, and creating disaster-ready communities. And since we were cognizant of teachers' Zoom fatigue, we even held a teachers' concert this year and invited top performers to entertain our clients and give them a much-needed mental break, even for just one afternoon. This is the kind of selfless service that makes City Savings unique. Our people would cross borders and rivers, literally climb mountains, and go to the most remote places to serve our clients. But long before the pandemic, City Savings started its digital journey. Differentiation has been to go where the teacher is and not make the teacher come to us. We know they are busy, and we know how precious time and resources are for them. The Lone Ranger concept initially started with a tablet. This was our version at the time of the agency banking concept. Our Polaris mobile app had been the bank's guiding star, serving as digital sales associates and determining which key areas and accounts to prioritize. This allows for a more efficient way to sell and market our products. We are also following in the footsteps of our parent bank, Union Bank, in using digital transformation to get closer to our customers by providing more convenient and faster services. Artificial intelligence has tremendously advanced the way digital conversations happen. Through our very own chatbot, Talk to Maria, our new clients can enjoy quick and easy loan applications online anytime, anywhere. We have been able to switch and recard our clients to the Visa card, providing an alternative channel for online transactions from the comfort and safety of their homes. Our Lone Ranger mobile app, which clients now use to currently check their account balances, will soon have the features that will enable them to avail of a reloan, pay bills, earn reward points, and more. Our motorcycle Lone Ranger gives us the ability to process loan applications anytime, anywhere. We were able to use a pandemic-adjusted alternate credit scoring system that enabled us to take on 1,300 dealer partner locations nationwide, allowing us to step up and fill in the huge demand for motorcycle loans for people who now consider owning a motorcycle more relevant than ever. All these innovations are focused on one core purpose: to elevate communities through financial inclusion. We believe that immediate online access to the bank's financial services is most especially needed in this time of pandemic. And we need to provide this in the fastest and most convenient way possible. As we continue to operate in these disruptive times, as we continue to adapt and transform, we need to change the way we do things to continuously deliver excellent customer service and stay relevant to our clients. To achieve this, we need to go digital to the core, and agile is the only way. We continue to focus on developing our talents, on building capabilities so that our people become future-ready talents who can face the challenges of today and tomorrow. As the bank moves forward in our transformation journey, so does each City Savings banker. No one gets left behind. By continuously building high levels of employee engagement, cultivating an exceptional workplace culture, and translating innovative ideas into viable products, City Savings bankers remain committed and grounded to our vision, mission, and values. Our bank has always been very customer-centric, and I've learned that customer centricity is essential as one digitally transforms. There will always be new ways of doing things better, but they only matter if they translate into a real improvement in customer experience. For nearly 6 decades, City Savings has built a trusted reputation. We will continue to grow and evolve to become the finest mass market bank in the Philippines as we introduce more innovative solutions for a seamless customer experience. We make it simple for our clients because we believe that simple is good. This ends my presentation. Thank you very much for listening, and I look forward to your questions later.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ocampo, for helping our enterprises better understand how to pivot and future-proof their customer service in today's changing times. And I guess for City Savings, it's not just the changing times. You've long had that history of excellence in customer service. So thank you to all our speakers. I'm sure the audience has learned so much from your presentations, but I'm sure there's still so much more that they'd like to know. So everyone, this is your chance to ask questions. To send in your questions, especially Globe Business product related inquiries, please type in your question followed by your name and company in the Q&A button that you see on your Zoom screens, and we will try our very best to answer your questions during this segment. So that is simple enough. Please don't be shy. So let us welcome our panelists for our fireside chat. As you recall, we have Anna, Melchor, and Larry. So hello, everybody. Hello to our leaders. Now, we know that you all have very hectic schedules, so we do appreciate you joining us today. Now, in your talks earlier, we heard current insights and trends of the financial services sector. Now, we'd like to pick your brains a little more here for our fireside chat. So, are you ready, Anna, Melchor, Larry?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, fantastic. Let's begin. So maybe, Melchor, we can start with you. Financial access improves the quality of life for populations, helping with day-to-day living, as has been mentioned many times today. It helps families and businesses plan for everything from long-term goals to unexpected emergencies. According to the World Bank, account holders are more likely to use other financial services, such as credit and insurance, to start and expand businesses, invest in education or health, manage risk and weather financial shocks, which can improve the overall quality of their lives. So the question is, however, financial services by traditional banks have consistently been out of reach due to stringent regulations and requirements, which most of which affect lower income populations. How now is BSP managing this?
Yeah, thank you, Ria. That's why the BSP has been very supportive of a healthy and a competitive and yet stable digital finance ecosystem. So with this, with healthy competition, I think that we would be able to, let's say, allow innovative players to enter the market and at the same time allow innovative solutions to be availed of by our Filipino consumers. So, and recently we have issued our circular or digital banking and our open finance framework. With this, I think our consumers will have greater access to convenient and affordable financial products and services, of course, that are responsive to their financial needs.
All right, thank you for that. I have a question now for Anna. The BSP Governor, Benjamin Jokno, he described his vision for the country as one that is digital heavy and a cash-light society to help achieve inclusive growth. So Anna, where is GCash playing its stakes on this?
Thank you, Ria, for that. So our positioning, as you know, has consistently targeted the unbanked and underserved Filipinos. And we always do aim to empower them with our vision for finance for all. Now, for financial services, we will continue to trailblaze in this area. So our goal is really financial inclusion. And as a platform player, we are open to collaborating and partnering with other financial institutions to deliver the best value and, of course, solve the problem of accessibility. And for digital lifestyle, as we have seen that consumers really have shifted to online transactions to purchase, whether it's their essentials or their shopping, we will continue to expand our offerings in G Life beyond just our existing 230 plus merchants. And we want to extend it into other aspects of Filipinas' lives, such as healthcare and entertainment. Thank you.
All right. Still with you, Anna. The Philippine economy, as we know, is beginning to be digitally transformed as the pandemic has further driven the shift of workplaces to remote mode and a preference for online stores among consumers. And of course, as you've been saying, the increased use of electronic wallet. But what is GCash's game plan for rural areas?
Right. So I think, as we all know, for rural areas, the lack of infrastructure would be one of the biggest hurdles to financial inclusion. And as I know, only around 36% of Filipinos have access to a physical bank. And this is also one of the reasons why mobile wallets have seen huge growth, as it really does lower the barriers to entry for financial services. So one of our game plans would be to partner with a very wide network of retailers nationwide. So this would be the likes of supermarkets, convenience stores, pawn shops, and even sari-sari stores, no? And this is where they'll be able to cash in or cash out. And it really makes sense for us because it's more likely to have one of these outlets than a bank, especially in the rural areas, no? It's also, of course, our goal to make GCash available at all sari-sari stores by transforming them into what we call GCash Pera outlets. And this will be providing them opportunities for extra income. And I guess, lastly, one of our, of course, game plans would be to help us tap areas outside of the urban zones. We have been very closely working with the public sector, more specifically the LGUs, no, to find ways on how to increase digital adoption.
Okay, couple more questions, Anna, if you don't mind. The pandemic further accelerated the digitalization of various sectors, including banking and finance. Financial technology has been significantly shaping financial services in the new normal, as seen in the increased use of electronic wallets and online banking channels. Beyond making transactions more convenient and efficient, fintech now plays a powerful role in realizing full financial inclusion in the country. For GCash in particular, how are you managing?
All right, so I believe you are right. The pandemic has really accelerated digital adoption. And we saw last year when the Philippines closed down that GCash became a lifeline to many Filipinos. And of course, our payments and transfer services really became a silver lining, as we call it, as we help keep the economy move forward. But further than that, we have really been working towards making financial services more accessible through our products like GSave, G-Invest, there's G-Credit, G-Insurance, and G-Loan. And we will continue introducing even more game-changing products in areas other than financial services, but digital lifestyle and MSMEs as well.
Okay. And lastly, Anna, we have a question actually from one of our audience members. Renato is asking this. He says, I opened an account in your GSave, but still have apprehension on infusing funds. My question is GSave a member of PDIC?
Okay, it's a very good question, and thank you for that. So GSave, we are partnered with CIMB Bank, which is one of the top ASEAN banks. And being a bank, it is still PDIC covered, so up to 500,000. So if you do open a GSave account, it will still be PDIC covered. Thank you.
All right. I hope that answers your question, Renato, and thank you, Anna, for that. Okay, now let's go to Larry. Larry, with rapidly evolving customer expectations and rising operating expenses, we know that the financial service industry in the country will continuously expand its capabilities and further develop its services to meet the demands of the time. So can you help us understand and describe the current market outlook for the industry that you're in, and how do you see your business still thriving if this pandemic persists by next year?
Thank you for that. I'll talk about the two major areas where we're involved. We start with the public school teachers. We're the dominant market leader there. I think the it was a saving grace, I guess, for all government employees that none of them got laid off last year. Very much different in the public sector, and so that was also great for the bank as a business, because the NPLs remained consistent. The difference, though, is that the teachers were no longer going to school. And so the approach in terms of how to interface with teachers had to change. And so it follows the same themes of Director Mel and Anna in that we had to now go digital. I think the challenge here is how do we make sure that the customer service that we're very much known for, the malasakit for our customer that our customers really understand and appreciate, is not lost as we go and use more digital means of interacting with them. On the motorcycle side, there was a huge opportunity because I think when the pandemic hit, you had a lot of financiers pull back and say, let's see first what is going to happen before we continue lending again for motorcycle financing. What City Savings did, though, was we quickly revised the way we do credit assessments, taking into account, to our best estimate, what the impact of the pandemic will have on a normal borrower. And with that, we were able to quickly take on, I think I mentioned this earlier, 1,300 dealer locations around the country. And it's not a temporary thing. So we've now actually built many exclusive relationships because the dealers were very happy that they could continue selling motorcycles during the pandemic. Yes, the credit assessments turned out to actually be quite good for us in that most of the loans, the vast majority of the loans, are actually performing.
All right. Now, besides the motorcycle loans market, did the pandemic present any other unique business opportunities? And if yes, what are these and did you follow through on them?
Yeah, so, I think for decades we've been quite knowledgeable about the salary loan lending business, and this is to dependent employees. And so what we've done is we've realized that why just keep our expertise into this one area? So we're now branching out to other government institutions to offer the same products and services. The other side of this, though, also is lending now to private schools. We understand the teacher very well, and there are private school teachers all over the country. Granted, we have to be a little more careful here because of what's happened in the pandemic. But long term, this is a very big opportunity for us as well.
All right, thank you for that. Now let's go back to Melchor. On the topic of business opportunities, Lito Villanueva, chairman of FinTech Alliance Philippines, he noted that the fintech industry has been facing and dealing with the challenge of getting more Filipinos banked, especially as the 2019 Financial Inclusion Survey of the BSP showed that the number of unbanked Filipinos was estimated to be at 51.2 million. That is out of a total adult population, 72 million. So he also noted that the central bank's vision of a digitally and financially inclusive Philippines, enormous as it may seem, is nonetheless within the country's reach, especially with current fintech innovations and solutions being implemented nationwide. So I imagine that BSP agrees with this. So now, Melchor, we'd like to know, what are the various programs lined up to help the bank institutions get it right?
Yeah, as mentioned earlier in my presentation, we have lined up several initiatives as part of our digital payment transformation roadmap, the intention of which is to ensure that 70% of adult Filipinos have their own transaction accounts, which they can use on a day-to-day basis. Now, I mentioned about some of the initiatives like expanded payment use cases, improvement of the infrastructure, let's say the national ID, which we are working on right now together with other government agencies that we expect to revolutionize the way KYC is being or customer onboarding is being performed by financial institutions right now. So all of these initiatives are expected to revolutionize or to further foster digital payments in the country, and these initiatives cannot be solely done by the BSP. It has to be done, it has to be there has to be a whole of government and if possible whole of nation approach in order for us to successfully execute this and and become a cash light society by 2023.
Yeah, it's a huge task. But let me ask you more questions on that. In 2019, the BSP launched the QR PH person-to-person facility. And just last September of this year, the BSP brought out the QR PH payments to merchants. So the BSP already launched the QR PH P2M via InstaPay last April for merchants and businesses. And this facility will make the QR-driven payment streams into interoperable payment solutions by just scanning the biller or merchant's QR, and then customers can make the payments. Are there still more in the pipeline?
Yeah, Riyadh. Some of the initiatives which we also expect to revolutionize payments in the country include an interoperable bills payment facility wherein clients or customers can pay any billers regardless of whether the biller is maintaining an account within the same financial institution. We are also expecting to launch within the year the what we call the request to pay facility wherein payees can initiate request for payment from the payer without, of course, even mentioning the account number of the payee. And of course, within the year, we will issue our revised rules on cloud outsourcing. This is our way of helping the smaller financial institutions, which right now, of course, are constrained, let's say. I mean, the major hurdle in these financial institutions really are their legacy platforms or systems, right? So if we are going to make it easier for them to adapt cloud, then that could help them, let's say, compete with other players. And of course, our regulations that are expected to instill trust in the financial system are also being kept updated on a regular basis. This includes regulations on consumer protection, consumer protection, anti-money laundering, and especially cybersecurity.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Melchor. Let's go back to Larry. Larry, fintech applications and technologies are constantly evolving, as we know, and they're actually evolving very quickly. Do you think there are more pivots that need to be done post-pandemic, and how similar or different would they be compared to now?
I think that the habit changes that occurred during the pandemic are just the beginning. And so this will just continue to accelerate. So we also have to be always trying to understand how our customers are viewing this and their willingness to adopt all of these new changes. And so you're right that it's a constant pivot, I think, to understand and provide the customer the way they want to engage with us. Director Mel mentioned earlier that with this, we have to be more careful about all of the cyber crimes that are possible. And so I think you're seeing a lot of financial institutions investing more heavily in people and technology to make sure that they can protect themselves.
All right. We have a question from one of our audience members asking, do you cater to a school-based credit cooperative like theirs?
What we do is we lend to teachers directly, but certainly I'm happy to go offline and talk to this person. So maybe we can engage.
All right. Okay. So that was actually an anonymous attendee. So if you would like us to contact you, we'd like to ask that attendee to identify themselves, right? Okay. Now let's go to Anna once again. Fresh off the press, may breaking news pala dito. Congratulations to Mint. On Tuesday, it was announced that they raised $300 million in capital from U.S. private equity firms Warburg Pincus and Insight Partners, valuing the technology firm GCash at $2 billion. So Mint is the company behind our country's mobile wallet GCash with 48 million users and projected 3 trillion pesos or $59 billion in gross transaction value this year. And total merchants in its loop expanded to 2.5 million merchants as of the second quarter from 1.6 million in the previous quarter. And there seems to be no stopping anytime soon. So our question for Anna, if we do have Anna there, is what is on the horizon for GCash and what comes next?
All right, Ria, you can still hear me. Sorry, I got cut off really
We can
fast.
hear you.
All right. So yeah, you mentioned about the news, and we are very happy about that as well. And to your question about what comes next for GCash, well, for one is we really do plan to scale our financial services, and lending is definitely an area that we want to double down on. So a couple of months ago, we launched G-Loan, and now we are in the process of also creating buy now and pay later products that will, of course, allow customers to purchase whatever they need and then pay for it in installments. And the other thing that we want to invest on would be new platforms for trading local stocks and global stocks, and potentially even cryptocurrency, which is something we're intending to do. And lastly, of course, true to our vision of finance for all, we want to continue investing as well in the development of proper infrastructure and the development of use cases that will continue to address the frictions of everyday Filipinos.
All right, a lot to look forward to there. And with that, I want to thank all of you so much for sharing your thoughts and insights with us. Truly, there's so much change that it's happening, and it's nice to know that our institutions are moving at pace with that. And as much as we want to answer all the questions from our audience, that is all the time that we have left for our fireside chat. So thank you so much again to our panelists for joining us this morning, to Anna, to Melchor, to Larry. Thank you so much for your time. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's event. Thank you all so much for your participation. We do appreciate your time and effort. And we know that you learned a lot from the insights of our panelists on how we can all adapt to these changing times to strategize and innovate for continuous business growth in the financial services sector. So if you have any questions about Globe Business Solutions, please do contact your Globe Business Account Managers for more details. They'll be happy to answer any questions or queries that you might have, whether it's related to everything spoken about today or not. Also, we'd like to encourage everyone to visit the link or scan the QR code that you see on your screens to answer our event feedback form. For easier access, you can also click the link sent in the chat box, right? So just click on the link in the chat box or scan the QR code. So once again, if you love this event and everything we prepared for you, or if you'd like to comment on how we can actually make the event more meaningful to you, we encourage you to please do share your feedback so we can further improve our engagements in the future. You can access this feedback form, as I said, by scanning the QR code on the screen or clicking the link sent in the chat box. Or there will be a survey prompt once you leave this webinar. Thank you so much. We do appreciate your feedback, and we want to do the best that we can for you. So once again, I'm Ria Tanwat-Cotrillo. Thank you so much. It has been an honor to host this event this morning. Together, let's rise to achieve customer-centric technology to enable financial inclusivity. Maraming salamat po.